Hello, good morning to everyone. I am Sarah Gomez, and today let me share my teaching lesson plan in writing didactic class. Okay, first of all, we have the general information like student name. In this case, I'm Sarah Gomez. The professor or advice is Carlos Malcolm Castillo. The topic is American culture and characteristics of America. The grammar point is about WA question, subject and object. Okay, the level is high beginner 6th grade. Okay, the time for this activity is 1 hour, and the number of students is students. Okay, I design the components and the standard. Okay, in this case, the component is gain knowledge and understanding of other cultures. Students use their understanding of culture to communicate, function appropriately in another culture. The standard is students demonstrate an understanding of the relationship between the practice and perspective of the culture study. Okay, then we move on the methodology. Okay, in this case, the methodology is an important part when you are going to design. I choose direct method, so I think that is appropriate for this lesson. Some teaching aids or teaching materials are Padlet, PowerPoint presentation, mind map, and YouTube classroom. And the general objectives are, at the end of the class, students will be able to ask and write WA questions through a short paragraph exercise. And then we have generate appropriate WA questions in real world context. Demonstrate an understanding of the relationship between the practice and perspective of the culture study. For the specific objectives, we have students from 6th grade will be able to identify WA questions by Padlet activity to reach vocabulary and writing structure. Encourage the usefulness of possessing hypothetical what-if question, even writing of the wall ones for kids starting their writing motors. And then we have the students will be able to apply WA questions completing a conceptual map about of American culture. Okay, and then we move on the first activity. Okay, for this activity we have 10 minutes. We have the evaluation, materials, and competencies and vocabulary. Okay, for the first activity we have in this case activated prior knowledge. The teacher grades the whole class like good morning guys, how are you, etc. The teacher presents the topic through the thumb board, American values, tradition, and culture. After that, the teacher shares a YouTube video to activate their prior knowledge about American culture. Okay, here I have the link, the YouTube link, and then the teacher tells the students to write a short paragraph about the video. What is the video about? Okay, that is the first activity. The evaluation for this activity we have activated prior knowledge and also writing opinions. The materials are board, YouTube, and notebooks, pencil. Some competencies and vocabulary are capacity to communicate in a second language, development of writing structure. Okay, in this case, students are going to know or are going to learn the use of WA equations. Okay, and then we move on while up activity. Okay, the topic for this activity is WA questions. For this activity, we have 15 minutes. Okay, in this case, the teacher introduces the topic through a PowerPoint presentation about how to use WA questions. When the teacher finishes explains the use of WA question, the teacher provides the students a link by Zoom to introduce the activity the students are going to do. Okay, in this case, I have here the link by Padlet. The students and then the students make a click on the link, and each one will be navigating in the path activity. Okay, after that, the teacher asks some question related to the video that she provides. Okay. He will have some possible questions that the teacher are going to ask, and some possible answers that the students are going to answer, right? The possible questions are: what is the third largest country in the world with a population of more than 3 million of people? How are the people of American culture? What is the percent of people of American who are homeless? Okay, some possible answers are: the United States is the third largest country in the world with a population of more than 30 million people. The people of American culture are extremely independent, individualistic, and like to be different from each other. The last one is approximately 1% of Americans are homeless. Okay? After that, the students answer and write the questions according to what they listen through the video called American culture and characteristics of American. Okay. For this activity, we have the evaluation is intensive writing. The materials are PowerPoint presentation, Padlet, and notebook. And the competences and vocabulary are understanding the vocabulary words. For example, what, where, when, which, and why. Okay, and then we move on another activity, another interactive activity. In this case, the teacher engages, okay, in another interactive activity called the what if challenge. The teacher asks the student, what if? Example, what if the American culture changed their tradition? What if American people throwing garbage on the streets or writing graffiti on the walls? After that, the students have to write down on a piece of paper, example, what if American people throwing garbage on the street, or what if American people writing graffiti on the walls? After that, each student has fold down their question and drop them into a hat. Each student pick one up of the hat before writing up that the questions were a substantial set amount of time. Okay, for this activity in the evaluation, we have formative evaluation. Some materials are, for example, paper, a piece of paper, and pencil. And then the last one like post writing. We have for this activity we have 15 minutes again, and the teacher assigns individually to the students make a conceptual map about what are some important characteristics of American culture. The teacher provide a link in which a student have to work, in this case, my map. Here I have the link. And finally, the students write a creating my map through my map app. Okay, that is the name of application. For the evaluation for this activity is like a summary of evaluation. Some materials are my map app, and also if you don't have the application on your cell phone, so you can write in your notebook. And the competences are is capacity to manage time. And then we have finally we have some materials, some teaching aids, virtual teaching aids, and that's it. That was my teaching lesson planning. I hope that you like it, and see you to next video.